Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Maria. Welcome to another Ret Paladin commentary where we talk about stuff that has to pertain to World of Warcraft and possibly PvP. But in this video, I want to talk about something really exciting. The racials in Warlords of Draenor. They're changing some of the racials. They're changing actually most of the racials except for Pandaren and Worgen. And here, I'm going to go ahead and list you alphabetically of what the changes are. For Blood Elves, Arcane Acuity is a new racial passive ability that increases critical strike chance by 1%. Awesome. Arcane Torrent now restores 20 runic power for Death Knights, up from 15, 1 holy power for Paladins, or 3% of mana for Mage, Priest, or Warlock, up from 2% of mana. Other aspects of the ability remain unchanged, and I think that is awesome, that is fantastic, especially with the 1 holy power for Paladins. It restores a holy power? Yes, thank you. Now I might just reroll to some Blood Elves on my pallies. I might have an incentive to level more pallies. I don't know. Draenei, the most exciting one for me since I'm playing Draenei. Heroic Presence has been redesigned. It is no longer increases hit by 1% and increases strength, agility, and intellect, scaling with the character. What? That is so cool. Gift of the Naru now heals for the same amount over 5 seconds, down from 15. Oh my god! If you haven't rerolled to Draenei, do so now. It is awesome. That is so cool. Dwarf. Crackshot has been removed, and Mace specialization has been removed. Might of the Mountain is a new racial passive ability that increases critical strike bonus damage and healing dealt by 2%. Stoneform now removes magic and curse effects in addition to poison, disease, and bleed effects, along with reducing damage taken by 10% for 8 seconds, and the ability remains unusable while CC'd. Gnome. Expansive Mind now increases maximum mana, energy, rage, and runic power by 5% instead of only increasing maximum mana. Focus is still not affected, but it may change depending, I don't know. Escape's Artist cooldown has been reduced to 1 minute. Shoreblade specialization is removed and it was replaced with Nimble Fingers, which is a new racial passive ability that increases haste by 1%. Goblin. Time is Money now grants a 1% increase to haste. Sweet, awesome, they need that. Human, Mace specialization and Sword specialization being removed absolutely. The Human Spirit has been redesigned. It no longer increases Spirit by 3% and instead now increases 2 secondary stats by an amount scaling with the character level. You can choose which 2 stats to select to increase. That is awesome! So instead of just increasing Spirit, you can be like, I want Crit and Mastery, or Haste and Crit, or stuff like that. That is so cool! Oh my god. So far my favorite ones are Blood Elves, Draenei, and Humans. Not off. One of the most interesting ones, in my opinion, Quickness now also adds increased movement speed for 2%, in addition to increases dodge chance by 2%. So you get baseline 2% movement speed and dodge. Touch of a Loon is a new passive ability which increases haste by 1% at night and critical strike chance by 1% during the day. Holy crap, that is so cool. Orc. Axe specialization has been removed, and Hardiness now reduces the duration of stuns effects by 10% instead of 15%, which you might see as a nerf, but Blizzard is trying to balance things out. Torrent. Brawn is a new racial passive ability that increases critical strike bonus damage and healing down by 2%. Yes. Also, Endurance now also increases stamina by an amount scaling with character level instead of increasing base health by 5%. That is really awesome. I think that's a great change. Troll. Which you might see, maybe it's as a nerf or a buff, I don't know. Berserk increases haste by 15% down from 20. Beast Slaying now increases experience earned from killing beasts by 20% instead of increased damage by beasts by 5%, or versus beasts by 5%. Data has been removed because it just increases expertise with ranged weapons. Undead War of the Forsaken cooldown is being increased to 3 minutes, up from 2. Let me know in the comments what do you think about these. I think it's a great change, except Undead I think they got a nerf, but I think it's necessary because maybe now Fears, Charms, and Sleeps might be more rare. We might not see them as often in-game. Never know. Let me know in the comments what do you think about this, and I'll talk to you later, guys. Have a great day.